Ocarina. Ocarina. Hey, Ocarina.
Are you tired of looking at a small dark screen or a small backlit screen when you play your Game Boy, Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance games? Well, worry no more. Allow me to introduce OxyClean. I mean, the Game Boy player for the Nintendo GameCube.
As Ben's already said, today we're talking about one of the most useful gaming accessories I own, the Game Boy player. Setup for this device honestly could not be simpler. All you do is take off the GameCube's high-speed parallel port cover, attach the Game Boy player to the bottom, screw it in with the hand screws, and insert the startup disc, and voila! Your GameCube now plays hundreds of more games. How do you get these games out? You use the handy eject button.
This device is particularly special because unlike competitive products that use emulators to play Game Boy games on TV, it instead has physical hardware nearly identical to a Game Boy Advance. As far as colors for this add-on, you are not limited, depending on how much you want to spend. In Japan it was available in indigo, black, spice, and platinum. In North America and Europe it is only available in black. Thanks a lot, Nintendo. There was also a special Game Boy player made for the Panasonic Q because its legs are oriented differently than that of a normal GameCube.
The Game Boy player also has some special features available when you're playing games. There's a frame selector which allows you to change the border, a size selector which determines how big the Game Boy screen appears on the TV, with the exception of the Super Game Boy frames. Different controller mappings, so you can play comfortably on the GameCube controller, motion blur control, which can reduce potential in-game flicker, a timer, and one that allows you to safely change cartridges without having to power off your system. In addition to these features, several games also have the added benefit of rumble when played on the Game Boy player.
The add-on is also compatible with several Game Boy accessories, including the e-reader, the wireless adapter, and the GameCube Game Boy Advance cable, which allows you to use a Game Boy Advance or SP as a controller. However, I'm sorry to inform you that there are some things that aren't compatible with the player. Game Boy Advance video cartridges for copyright reasons, Game Sharks because they don't fit into the slot, games that have motion sensors built in because you'd have to shake the GameCube, Game Boy Pocket Color Music, which doesn't really have a reason for not working, and the Game Boy Camera, because it can only face up or down.
The reception for this add-on was mixed. It received a lot of praise because of how fast it was made the GameCube's library, but people also mocked it as cheap ploy for money. The only concern people really had with the player was the graphics sometimes looked muddy.
I wish I had this. And a Game Boy for that matter.
This is a great accessory to have. If you're a fan of Game Boy, Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance games, then I insist you get this. 10 out of 10.
It was fun to watch Ben play Metroid on it because he freaked out about it. So 7 out of 10.
Thank you guys for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe.